Nobody. I don't care who it is. This is a brotherhood. And if we stand strong together, we can't be denied. If one of us go down, we have another and another and another that's ready to fight. So let's hit this field and bang them, bang them, bang them. Somebody light me up.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Welcome to another edition of Chalk Talk with your host, me, JB. I have another familiar face, Coach Thomas at Musman High School. How you doing, Coach?
I'm good, man. I'm real good.
What was your message to the kids that they're not an 0-4 team?
Yeah, I think it's just being honest with your team. I think it's just being honest and talking about stuff. And, we try to be honest with the kids. And, at the start of the year, um, we lost the opener to University. We had 6 turnovers. I mean, and it was a 2-score game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
With us about to score to cut it to a 1-score game, and we turned the ball over. So we didn't play awful that game. We were within striking distance, and then against Loudoun Valley, that was a game that we really felt like we were in control of most of the game, and we had a turnover late and lost it. So we were sitting there at 0-2, and just told the kids, we're not playing that bad. We're just finishing stuff. And then what helped us is getting a big win at Wheeling Park, who was a really good team. And then we came out against 2 area teams, Martinsburg and Spring Mills, who are both really good.
Probably the state champion runner-up from last year,
right, right. And we competed both of those games, so we were sitting there at 1-4, and just told the kids like, "Hey, we've lost to 4 really good teams, and we're not playing bad. It's just we weren't finishing a little bit. So just kind of getting the kids to understand kind of that growth and where we were at as a team. And I think some of that comes from the relationships and the kids believe in you a little bit, and we just kept telling them like, trust us, trust us, trust us. Like, well, we will start to turn the corner, and we have recently.
You play EPAC team, a familiar face. Jefferson High School. What's it like going up against a team like that has the big play capability because they are very fast on the field?
Yeah, they're good, man. Coach Hunter does such a good job with them. Really good football coach. Got a lot of respect for Coach Hunter and what he does with those guys year in and year out. They just keep kind of doing what they do and churning out, like you said, the big plays. They do. I think they do a good job this year, kind of balancing out the run and the pass a little bit. They run the ball really well too. I was very impressed with their running back and the way that he runs. And the quarterback's a dual threat guy. He can beat you in the air.
He is.
He can beat you on the ground. So they have those big plays, but it's not. Sometimes you say big plays and you kind of equate that to all the passing game, which Jefferson's been like that. Some in the past. This year, though, they can really beat you any way that they want. So you're right. A lot of athletes all over the field, make them difficult to defend.
Well, I think last week was their quarterback's coming on party, and I'm sure you've watched film on them. So, what is your message to the team defensively going into there? How to keep him contained and balled in? Because sometimes it looked like he's sacked and he's rolling and he's making a big play in his feet and he's making a big play in the air. What is your key to success against him this week?
I mean, it sounds like a cliche, but you got to tackle well. Against good players like him, and we see a lot of good kids in the EPAC. One guy's not going to bring somebody down. So you gotta get multiple guys to the ball, and you got to swarm to the ball to bring guys down. So you're not with all their athletes, not just the quarterback, but everybody. You're not going to completely shut somebody out and take them away the entire game. But you hope to slow them down a little bit and get guys to the football and be able to hopefully tackle those plays and keep the 50-yard gains to 10-yard gains, hopefully.
Okay, Coach, let's just get real for a second. Let's cut all the cliches out. How important is this game for your program's success this season?
It's big. I mean, it is big. You say, hey, it's a big one because it's the next one, which is true. But it's big. It's both teams. I think we're very similar. I think both teams, we have the exact same record. We're both 3-4. I think when you look at, we both lost to Martinsburg, we both lost to Spring Mills. we've both lost to some good teams, and then we've both beat some good teams.
Yeah.
I bet a lot of people probably, I thought they were going to beat G-Dub. I said that. I said they're going to go on the road and they're going to beat these dudes. But I bet a lot lot of people didn't think
No,
they
not a lot of people did not.
you know? And a lot of people didn't think we were going to beat Wheeling Park when we played Wheeling Park. You're playing the kid that might win the Kennedy Award, the best running back in the state. You're going on the road. Nobody thought we were going to win that game. So we both have beaten some teams. We beat Boonesboro. They were 4-1 at the time. Good team. There were probably people on the outside that didn't think we were going to win that game. So I think we're both very similar in the way we play, the way our seasons have gone. Maybe I should say the way our seasons have gone. But yeah, this is a big one. I mean, you look at the winner. The winner gets back to 500. You're sitting at 4-4. The loser drops down to 3-5, and then you got to kind of see the way the playoff picture is going to shake out a little bit. The winner kind of bumps himself up in the playoff picture. So yeah, it's a big game. It is.
Yeah, I had to ask, as coaches, we kind of downplay next game, but this is huge. It's huge for the EPAC. Because it shines a spotlight on the EPAC throughout the state because we know you guys play in the best conference in football in the state of West Virginia. Being that Jefferson may have Tony Allen back, they didn't have him last week. How are you guys preparing for that? Because it's something you kids are not seeing from last week. Obviously, you guys got more film, but what's it like preparing for that guy?
Yeah, he's fast, man. He's fast. He's a good player. I hope he plays. You don't want that for any high school kid, man. You don't want injury.
I appreciate you saying that, Coach.
You don't want injury, and you don't want kids to miss. This is the greatest time of their life getting to play high school football.
Yeah.
So you hope we hope he's back. Hope he's ready to play. Just for his sake. But you got to prepare for him. You got to know where he's at. You got to know the speed that he presents. We saw him last year against us, and he torched us. So we know he's a good player. You kind of in situations like that, and I've throughout my coaching career, I've been in some situations like that. You always prepare for, hey, they're going to play. They're going to be at full strength. They're going to be ready to go. And if they're not, then you make the adjustments from there. But I think he will probably play.
Well, I can assure you, being a Georgia Tech alum, I don't have any inside scoop, but I'm just saying, I also would like to have, all the kids. I say this every time I get off. I hope you succeed both on and off the field. I wish you guys the best luck with an injury-free football. So we hope he's on the field. But, Coach, before you go, I just want to ask your offense. Your offense, Jefferson High seems to tell me that you guys make everything look the same. Yeah. And that's a testament to the hard work that you guys put in. So what is it about your offense that you think that brings everybody, I say, problems of some sort? Because it does look like you show the same thing every time. You can be running, you can be passing, and the evolution of your offense throughout the years.
Yeah, I could probably talk about it for like an hour. Just kind of the evolution of it and what we've done. We switched to the single wing last year. And we did that for different reasons. One, because our numbers were low after we lost some kids last year and our numbers were a little bit lower. So I felt like we had to do something where we could plug and play some different kids.
Yeah.
I could get into a whole football conversation of I think it's hard to come in and teach a kid, we're going to RPO, we're going to do this. And some teams are really good at it. Jefferson's really good at it. Coach Hunter does a really good job with that style.
Yeah, he's changed up a little bit because they wasn't always an RPO team.
Right. But I think it's hard to teach that stuff a little bit, but our offense is very hard to teach because it's timing.
Yes.
It's getting everybody on the same page. Everybody's got to understand what you're doing at the same time. But we've really kind of evolved it, and we studied it and we went through it and we've kind of made it grown, and it's kind of grown over the past 2 years where we've kind of put some twist on it to make it our own a little bit. That's a testament to my coaching staff. I got some coaches that have done a great job of saying like, hey man, we need to do this. We need to do that. So I'm not taking the credit for that, but yeah, it's really grown. But yeah, we try to be deceptive in what we do. We try to be different. I've always been the type. Steve Spurrier. I love Steve Spurrier, and people who
I'm a Florida State fan.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know, well, Steve, like I'm an old head now. So one of my classes at school made fun of me today because I listened to Pandora and not Spotify. So they said old
I don't
people.
listen to Spotify, so we're all good here. So I don't
But
Pandora or Apple Music.
Steve Spurrier used to say, he said, I can either be like everybody else or I can try to be different. And he said, I want my uniqueness to define me a little bit. And I've always tried to do that a little bit at Musselman. We've ran some option stuff over the years. And now, I want to be different for teams to prepare for. Because a lot of people you don't see our style of offense. It's not something that you prep for every week. So it is a little bit different. But yeah, I don't know. We like it. We think that it gives us a little bit of advantage to a certain extent.
Well, Jefferson seems to give a lot of respect for your offense. Same that you give respect to Hunter and their run pass options. So it was going to be a dogfight tomorrow night, and we hope that you guys again leave the field injury free. You know what I say here at Home Team Sports. We like to see your kids succeed both on and off the field. Coach, the best of luck. I wish both of y'all could win because you're right at that 3-4 mark. I want to see everybody pack in the playoffs, but somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. But either way, I hope you guys just keep plugging away. I told you, you've been doing the right thing. You guys been growing, and we love seeing you here at Home Team Sports. So we do appreciate you.
I think come playoff time, man, I think both of us are going to be dangerous. I think both of us,
for sure.
Whoever doesn't win tomorrow night and maybe they drop down, they might have a road playoff.
You just want a chance.
Like I think both of us could make some noise. I really do. I think they're a really good football team. Got a lot of respect for them.
Well, we're definitely pulling for you, but either way, rather you win, you lose, you're the 16, you're the 8th, the one, you just want to get in. Mm-hmm. And we all want the top seeds, but you guys are growing. So it's a testament to you, like you say, your staff. We enjoy it and we hope you keep succeeding. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks, JB.
Yep.